Oh, that must be how he knows, because he's down in San Francisco.
No, well, yeah.
Look, I passed the car.
Unity is
I passed the car.
Unity is typically so this way.
I passed the car.
Yeah, exactly. And so maybe we're somewhere else like 10 minutes of saying,
But you're a mommy daddy.
so OHSU and legacy are emerging. So I work in the legacy facility, but I just
Now for the daddy. See what I was doing the audio. You have to sit on the bed. Don't pile this in. But we haven't bought but we didn't bring our stuffies to Cadillac. Yeah, Mom didn't think of pregnancy pillow. Let's go take that.
Shabbat shalom. Welcome in those angels. Let's welcome in the angels of Shabbat. Page 11. Page 5. I was wrong. Page 5.
Shalom,
welcome. It's wonderful to have you here for Pride Shabbat. As our shirts say, as our banner says, Neve Shalom, all are welcome here, and we are all welcome. I want to invite you now to welcome each other as part of that welcoming, so feel free to turn around, find someone you haven't met yet, say Shabbat Shalom. But don't get too chatty. Save that for after services. We, of course, have our own egg at the end of services today, sponsored by Sandy and Murphy Platt. We'll get to that in a few moments. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. Just so that you know, this is our second Shabbat on the Plaza. And we want to remind you that as people come in, it's easier for them to get into aisle seats. So if you've got space between you and someone else, it's helpful for us if you scooch you in. All are welcome. Make a new friend. Super helpful. Also, if you need to use the restroom during services, the doors directly behind you, I'm looking at them, over in the administrative wing, those doors are unlocked for you to go in and use during services. In case of an emergency, these doors are unlocked. If for some reason we have to move ourselves inside quickly, these doors will be unlocked as well. And then, let's do some Shabbat. How about that? Yes, it is a pleasure to invite Nell Berwin, our Director of Congregational Learning, to welcome you tonight as well.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and Happy Pride! Okay. I think the theme for this evening is the general consensus that none of us growing up could have imagined having a drag queen here reading stories to our children in the congregation of our synagogue. We're thrilled to welcome Holly Pop-Tart to our show this evening.
The first annual drag queen story time.
The first annual, thank you. And it always just fills my heart to have our Pride Shabbat and get to celebrate together as a community. I think for a while now, things have flipped a little bit. I know that for those of us of a certain age, it used to feel really hard to be queer in a Jewish space. I think these days it's feeling harder to be Jewish in queer spaces. And it's really important for us to get to be together and have beautiful places just like this, where we get to be all of who we are and to get to be all together and to celebrate. So thank you to our whole congregation here for showing up this evening, and to our leadership, and we wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom.
I was just getting the snacks for the children to figure out. Shabbat Shalom, it's wonderful, Mel. Thank you. Liza, in one of your last official duties as president of our congregation, I'd like to invite you up to light the Shabbat candles with me. You're not bringing the dog with you? We'll turn to page 11 for Lechuna Ranana. Let us walk into Shabbat with joy and song. I'll walk you play this. Yeah, I won't sing. We turn to page 21 for Psalm 29, this song that invites us to listen to the voices, whether that's the voice of God, as the psalmist writes, or the voices of joy, the voices that speak out for help, the voices that we hear that bring love. May each of our voices bring song, bring love, bring joy and strength to one another. Page 21.
Please repeat.
We'll turn now to page 23 for Lachado D. This moment, we tell the story of the mystics of walking into Shabbat. They needed a bridge, or if you will, a rainbow, to walk them from one moment, from the week, into that beautiful pot of gold that is Shabbat, that is time together. So we'll start on page 23 with the first two verses of Lachado D, and then turn to page 25 for the last two verses. When we get to that last verse, I'll invite you to rise at that moment as you're able and face towards our entrance as we greet Shabbat. Page 23.
Happy little birds
27, this psalm for Shabbat, this psalm for the hope that the peace that we feel on Shabbat, that wonderful world, becomes the blessing of every day and every week and every month and all year.
Middle of 28.
Shabbat Shalom. Like so many human beings, let's see if you can connect to this feeling I have a deep desire to belong. Anyone else? No? Oh, okay, good. It's a natural way of being as a human in our world. This desire to belong in a communal sense and in an intimate or one-on-one personal relationship sense. If I feel a shift in a relationship that I wasn't expecting or maybe can't explain, I start to panic a little bit. That's also human, right? Yes. In those moments of not knowing why something has shifted, panic can creep in. I think of last winter when a dear friend and I experienced such a shift. We went from texting multiple times a day to once a day to maybe once a week. As much as I know that relationships change, there's an ebb and a flow, I struggled with the silence that became a pain to my own heart. In moments of uncertainty in relationships, how do we find our footing and step forward when we're not exactly sure where we stand? Knowing where you fit in, whether person to person or in society at large, is so human an experience that the Torah itself deals with this exact feeling in our Torah portion this week. We read Parshat Naso, which is about the Israelite society trying to move forward after they've left Egypt. We read about the establishment of a successful community as defined by the Torah. Our narrative picks up with the second counting of the people. Laws about how we're supposed to treat one another and the property that we own, the blessing of the priests to the people, and the laws of the Nazir, a special designated one, detail directly how we might dedicate ourselves in service to God. Parshat Naso has the distinction of being the longest Torah portion in the entire Torah. So I've decided to give the longest drosh. Just kidding. You're welcome. It's not the longest because it includes the most number of commandments of mitzvot. That's later. That's in the book of Devarim and Parshat Ki-Tetzei. Parshat Naso is the longest because it goes into quite some details about the ways in which a community should be built. The first half of the portion deals with circumstances when one's place in the community is in question because of their own behavior. And the second half deals with the offerings brought by each tribe as holy space is dedicated. You might ask, why do these two things go together? What does dedication of sacred space have to do with one's own place in community by their own choices? And why does it take so many words to explain these concepts? Perhaps it's because establishing protocols and specifically establishing how to build holy relationships is very detailed work. There are so many complexities when it comes to community and the individual's place within it, especially today when we've got technology that makes it both easier and harder to connect, and at the same time more difficult to really understand one another. Especially today, when we don't often take the time to really listen when someone says, "How are you?" We don't listen to the answer to that question. Especially today when we see a world where sacred space is one that often we don't feel safe in, or a time in which today our sacred spaces are continually changing because of the world around us. These nuances that come with connection are more easily done when we come together face to face. But the Torah is reminding us that to establish holy community is to look at all forms of our communication. Eye contact, a smile, what we write and where we write it, the words we use when speaking of, about others or ourselves. We cannot be just siloed through our words or our deeds. We must connect in each interaction to create a world that sees one another. The word naso is the word nisu'in, which is used to marry. It also is used as to lift something up. May we do the work of Parshat Naso by lifting one another up in our relationships, by recognizing the sacred space that is within each human being. And that comes when we come together to create a fundamentally whole society. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue in that space with those prayers. Kabbalat Shabbat, bringing us into that calmness, that peacefulness of Shabbat. Ma'ariv is this daily reminder. We say Ma'ariv every day, not just on Friday nights, but that we live in a world that follows of love, ahavat olam, shema, listening, and lying down in peace. Let us pray those prayers together, beginning with the Baruch Hu on page 39a. I'll invite you to rise as you're able. You may be seated.
Again, this is a melody I've been singing more and more. Some of you know it well. When you do, please sing with me. The melody, the chorus is from a melody I grew up with in Montreal, and I turned it into a song. Ahavat olam bet Yisrael amecha avta. Ahavat olam bet Yisrael amecha avta. Torah, Torah, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim, chukim, u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Torah, Torah, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim, chukim, u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shorbeinu u'meinu nasiach bechukecha, nasiach bechukecha. Torah, Torah, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim, chukim, u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד. יחיינו באורך ימינו ונגה יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. תורה, תורה, תורה ומצוות, חוקים, משפטים, אותנו לימדת. תורה,
ובכל נשיה ובכל מיותיה והיו הברים האלה אשר אלוהים מצווה היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניו ברצפם ושיתך ביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושרכך ובקומך ושרתם ליום על ידך והיו בטוטפות בין עיניך ושרתם We continue individually on page 42. Page 44. Page 45, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu B'Shalom. Let us lie down in peace in the midst of this mad world.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom, L'Shalom, Ve'amitenu Malkeinu L'chaim, L'chaim, Ufrosareinu Simcha Shalom Lecha, Shalom Lecha, Shalom Lecha, Tafkerenu b'tzatocha, Milefanecha, Milefanecha, Ve'oshienu leman shemecha, Ve'agem ba'adeinu, Naser yaleinu, Oyem tefer b'cherem, Verra ve'alo שמור תנו בואנו לחיים ולשלום ואתה והעולם פרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הבורא סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
We rise for Vishamru, page 46, followed by the Chatzi Kaddish.
ושמרו בני ישראל בשבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם והנה לבני ישראל אותי לעולם ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת נפש יתקדש ויתקדש שמר רבה ומה דיברת כותב ימליך מלכותך וחי יכול וביום יכול וחי לכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן ישמר רבה מברך ועליו למאמיה יתברך משתבח ויפעל בתרומה מן הספר תתאבד עליהם יתעלל שמחתי קודשה בריחו אלא מכל מלכתה ושירתה תושבחה ונפמתה תאמיר על בעלמה וימרו אמן.
We turn to the private Amidah, the individual Tefillah prayers for Shabbat evening, pages 47 through 52. We invite you to use the words of our Siddur and the words of your heart.
Of my
provide that protection to us as well. Page 53, Magen Avraham. turn to Aleinu on page 56. The reminder, Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol. It is upon us to bring praise to that which is greater than ourselves. And in the second paragraph, l'taken olam b'malchut shaddai, to do the work, to create that world.
עלינו לשבח ל'adon hakol, לתת כולה לצל בראשית, שלא עשה גילוי ארצות, ולא שמה למשחות האדמה, ולא שם חלקנו כהן, וגדול עלינו ככל העם, ואנחנו קורבים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא שבשמיים. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, נאמר מלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
In recent weeks, we were saddened to learn of the passings of Marvin Wolf and Thelma Solomon. In the coming week, we observe the yahrzeits that are listed on the back of your services guide. In addition, if you're here tonight for a yahrzeit, I invite you to rise now and share those names with us so we may remember your loved ones. Michelle, I'll go back to you guys. Thank you. Mourner's Cottage, page 58. All those in mourning or observing the yahrzeit are invited to rise and join with us. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma tivrach pirtei ve'yamlit malchutei, v'chayachon u'vyomechon u'chayei v'kol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen, yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam omei almaya, v'yibarach v'yishkabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei v'kudashah b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, daniran v'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei Torah v'imru, amen. May their memories be for a blessing. You may be seated. Shabbat Shalom! We're going to start with our gratitudes because there is so much gratitude for being together in community this Shabbat. A special thank you to Talia Valdez and Sharon Fendrick who made these beautiful, pridifying and beautifying our bima with these garlands. They are handmade and homemade and wonderful to have here and to... Oh.
That's not why.
That's not why, but Judy Garland, it works. Garland. Oh, they're following now. We also want to thank Rich Schmeier, the challah man who made our rainbow challah. He doesn't do challah man anymore, but he does rainbow challah for Neve Shalom's Pride Shabbat. And again, our sponsors, Harvey and Sandy Platt, for sponsoring this Shabbat on the Plaza. We have Shabbat on the Plaza every week of the summer. Next week is Strawberry Summer Solstice. So lots of strawberries will be celebrated with us on Shabbat, sponsored by the Kabul family. Coming up the week after that is Tropical Shabbat, featuring the Kona Snow Cone Truck. We'll be here after services. That one is sponsored by the Gardner Oates family. Of course, we'll have Hot Dog Shabbat for the 4th of July, Rock and Roll Shabbat with the Ellis Street Band, Ashkafardi Shabbat concert with Cantor Beatone. I'm not sure if you want to mix gefilte fish inside a Moroccan cigar. That sounds terrible.
I couldn't use it.
Okay, I won't be cooking. Okay, we got that out of the way. And of course, our favorite Hanukkah in July are some of the ones coming up. If you'd like to sponsor a Shabbat on the Plaza, help us with any parts of this, or co-sponsor, please let Marlene know. If you'd like to volunteer, this doesn't happen magically. So we always are looking for volunteers. Let Lisa Richmond know. Let's just also, Lisa Richmond, who takes on Shabbat on the Plaza. And she's amazing and makes sure that everything gets set. We always thank all of our volunteers. Speaking of our volunteers, this coming Thursday, we have our Neve Shalom annual meeting, where Liza is most happy because we thank Liza for her service as our president. Beth, are you excited because she's the president or because she's finishing? All of it, okay. And we will welcome Mark Callinger as our incoming president and celebrate our volunteers. Because president's not a volunteer job, right? The pay is great. There's a lot of gratitude as we started in that space. We also, if you were here earlier, want to thank Polly Pop-Tart for coming to our first annual Drag Queen Story Time on Pride Shabbat. It was wonderful. A couple of upcoming pieces of information. On Tuesday, the Jewish National Fund and Israel 360 are having a program, A Light Unto Nations, Even in the Darkest of Times. Presenter Tanya Pons-Alon is the director of the Kasser Joint Institute for Food, Water, and Energy Security. So you want to come to that, you can find that information on our website. In addition, opportunities to learn with our clergy. On Wednesday, Rabbi Kozak is having a Zoom Contemporary Issues Lunch and Learn. And starting on Thursday is Einstein and the Rabbi on Zoom with me, a 7-week course where we'll work our way through that book, getting ourselves ready. Wise Women is also on Thursday at noon. And we have a blood drive at noon, starting at noon on Thursday. So Thursday at noon, this is the place to be. I said our annual meeting is Thursday at 7 p.m. And then we've got some awesome upcoming Wandering Jews is going flamenco dancing. I'm going to be there. That's at Roschnitzer Manor on Monday, June 24th. And our Chesed committee, helping those in need within our congregation, is meeting in person or on Zoom the evening of June 26th. So a lot of other wonderful things coming up. Before we end up this evening, we want to remind you that this is a space where we can all come together and get to know each other, spend time with each other, and it doesn't just magically clean up. So if you could help us by making sure you put your trash in the trash cans, keep your recycling separate, help us just make sure that the area looks as clean as it was when we came in, that would be awesome. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We do close the bar down at 8:10. And then we end our time outside here at 8:30, and in that tradition of gratitude, thank you Canterbury Tone for sharing the bima with me tonight. And one last thank you to Carolyn Andrews, who does all of our everything out here, all the labor, Carolyn and the crew. These chairs also don't magically set themselves up. And with that, gratitude to you for being here, for showing your true colors in supporting our community, Canterbury Tone.
So I don't know this song very, very well, so I might make a mistake. Please help me.
I'll see what I can
And
do.
then we'll try to tell them this is Don't be discouraged, oh I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. Inside of it and darkness inside you makes you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like the rainbow. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true Shabbat together, please. Yes, Missy Golfer's coming to town. We can get the tickets.
Yes.
קלמון לכל דבר אשר ניבא ראשון ואין ראשית לראשיתו אדון עולם וכל נוצר יובי גדולתו ומלכותו שפרנו הכל נתנו אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו גם בישראל כמו שעוד נביא מביט באמונתו תורת נתן לעמואל על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר דתו לעולמים לזולתו צופה ויודע זה קרנו רבים סוף דבר וקדמתו איש חסד ונפעלו נותן לשרה כאשתו ישלח קץ ימים משיחנו לבנות בחג כקץ ישועתו ונכהל ברוב עזו ברוך עלי השם גאילתו ונכהל ברוב עזו ברוך עלי השם גאילתו
There's rainbow pollen at this table, so you don't have to all run.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom.
Kids.